Besides the fact that bobbing for apples always seemed gross to me, and a bobbing for apples is just a bunch of kids, or I guess kids, with their mouth open, probably snot coming out their nose, and y'all just trying to get apples. Welcome again to my tens and tens of friends. It's me, Teacher TJ. And today we will be rewinding and reviewing Abbott's Elementary Season 4, Episode 4, Costume Contest. The show opens up with the students walking into Janine's classroom, and they're all dressed in, it looks like basically, well, someone's dressed as Ice Spice. Janine says no to that. Then another student is dressed like Wakanda. He takes his mask off and he's white. He's talking about some Wakanda forever. She said Wakanda for today. And then there is I don't know who the creepy kid was on the tricycle, but he was a little scary. Then the show begins. Ava's costume is always spot on. She is Blade and it's perfect. I knew exactly who she was as usual. Janine and Gregory, I still don't know who they are, but again, I am not one for movies, although I do remember Blade because, he was Wesley Snipes. While in the break room, they're discussing Halloween, and Barbara is upset because she can't do bobbing for apples as one of the main events, so she convinces the librarian to read books as the main attraction. Fun fact, well, not fun fact, but I remember when I opened my childcare, and at first I was really big on parties and I was doing all the things. I personally still love to throw a good party. It's just that planning it sometimes is like, but I've been doing good. I could do better, and hopefully I can get back on track to the way that I used to be, and I can throw some more parties. But I remember the first year I was like bobbing for apples when I was looking up ideas for a party, and I was like, ain't no way. Especially, I actually was foolish enough to open during the pandemic. So, besides the fact that bobbing for apples always seemed gross to me, I don't know why people couldn't see past. Everybody's got their mouth or their face in this bowl of water, and we're it's not like swimming where it's like some people consider swimming gross, believe it or not. But in a swimming pool, there's chlorine and stuff. But in a bobbing for apples, it's just a bunch of kids, or I guess kids, with their mouth open, probably snot coming out their nose, and y'all just trying to get apples. Ew. I've never done it. Tell me, have you ever did bobbing for apples? Was that your thing? I really want to know. It's like caroling. It's like some stuff I just never seen, but I'm not gonna lie and say I was like the one to attend all of the parties, so maybe that's how I missed it. But I've never seen bobbing for apples. Now, what I have seen that I thought was pretty cool is the string of donuts, and it's like you'll have a string, and then it'll be donuts on the string, and the kids will eat the donut off the string. And I guess the objective is to eat the full donut without it falling to the floor. That looks fun and cool and sanitary, but bobbing for apples has always seemed gross to me. Is it just me? Or were you ever like, oh, I can't wait to go play bobbing for apples? I really want to know. And the cafeteria slash gymnasium. The librarian is reading to the students. She was supposed to be reading for 3 hours, but she ran out of stories and she only had 1 hour left, an hour, maybe an hour and a half left. So she's like, I got nothing else. And Barbara was like, but I do. Let's get this bobbing for apples going. And the kid stands up. She get up there and she says, my mom said that I can't do it. And Barbara's like, Halloween is for being conniving, basically. And the girl is like, okay, I lied. I don't want to do it. I think it's disgusting, which it is disgusting. What? Now, maybe we could all get a bowl, our own separate bowl, and then let's see who can get their apple out the bowl the quickest, or slices of apple out the bowl the quick. And it also seemed like a terrible waste of apples. Bobbing for apples, I don't know who made up that idea, but I'm sure it was not a black person. because we only make up good stuff. No, but seriously, bobbing for apples that's terrible. Barbara's hooked on trying to convince the students that bobbing for apples was such a great idea that she started bobbing for apples herself, and the kids looking at her like, okay, she's losing it. Alyssa's dressed in a Halloween costume. Her costume is the hamster, and it's a couple costume contest. So say that 3 times. So the students are like, who is your couple? And she brings out the hamster, and they like, oh, everybody's like, oh, that's so cute, which it is. You dress like a hamster, and then your buddy, your couple, is a hamster too. Really cute. So she may win the contest if she didn't already. Jacob is Pat Sajak off of Wheel of Fortune. And these are elementary school students. They have no idea who Pat J. I could probably go ask my kids right now. Do they know who Pat Sajak is? And I'm pretty sure they will not, because I love Wheel of Fortune. I used to watch Wheel of Fortune, but not to the extent where they would be familiar with Pat Sajak. So Barbara's like, why y'all don't know who he is? You know, she's trying to really convince the kids that you guys know who Pat Sajak is. I'm pretty sure you sat on the couch, pulled up your TV tray, and had you a pot pie. Kids don't know what none of that is. They probably always ain't never seen a TV tray. I have some in my house, but I'm pretty sure they've never seen a TV tray or a pot pie. I used to love chicken pot pies. Let me know if y'all ate chicken pot pies like me. Drop it down in the comments. Tell me I'm not alone, because I thought chicken pot pies was fire. The only thing I did not appreciate about a chicken pot pie is I believe that thing took 45 minutes to cook. Don't be hungry trying to make you a chicken pot pie. You're going to be upset. So Barbara's upset because she's losing a tradition. Bobbing for apples was something that she's done as a kid. And truth be told, I think we're losing a lot of traditions these days. For me, I noticed many years ago that my family used to do a family Thanksgiving with my mother's side of the family. And my mother's side of the family is huge. And we used to all meet up at my Nana's house, and we used to have Thanksgiving dinner. And all of my cousins and aunties and uncles would be there, and we would have a great time. It was like a full day. We would just sit around and eat, and we would always end up going to the circus right when it was time for dessert, and then then we'll come back home. And that was usually our routine until we got older, and our Nana wasn't cooking anymore because she got older, and nobody else really took that over, I don't think. But then years later, they started traditions at other family members' house. I have yet to really get together with family on Thanksgiving. I kind of do my own family thing on Thanksgiving nowadays, but losing traditions is kind of like not, it's kind of sad. But I agree with Barbara. You kind of just make new traditions, because, like, for me, my family, we, I just do Thanksgiving at my house. Last year was the first year that my daughter cooked Thanksgiving, and it turned out really nice. Gregory and Janine are at the couple costume contest, or maybe it wasn't a couple costume contest, a couple costume contest this time. They were just at a bar, and it was a contest. And they were going to go as peanut butter and jelly since they were a couple, but then they saw a couple, one dressed as Ash and another one dressed as Wednesday. And it was like, oh, Ash Wednesday, you know what? Forget if don't nobody else get it. Let's just do us for us. So they put their costumes back on, which was Mr. DNA and a mosquito from Jurassic Park. Never seen none of the Jurassic Parks, but that's who they were. Nobody got it, but they did. And really, that's all that matters when you're in a couple. Don't nobody have to get nothing, long as you and Bae do. That's it. And even though nobody understood their costumes, of course, nobody cheered, but Jacob was in the crowd and
plot device, the mosquito trapped in amber. Oh, okay. Well, I love it. Here, innovative. You cut
I
it
think
out.
we all need a friend like Jacob. There's this one guy who does content. I think it's like best friend content. So the guy, he always calls his best friend, and his best friend just knows everything. He's just like the perfect best friend, and it cracks me up. That's how Jacob is about Janine and Gregory. He like really rides for him. I'm gonna insert that best friend clip because that dude cracked me up every time I come across his videos. He really rides for his best friend.
Okay. Does this look okay? Does this look okay? I know we said we weren't going out, but can you put on that gray suit in your closet and meet me downtown in 20 minutes?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Fine.
Thank you. Doesn't it feel so great to be alive?
Yes. How many drinks have you had?
2.
Really?
Only 2.
Are you sure?
Only. Whoa, big turn. Matt, what bone is the fibula?
It's an important one.
Hey, babe, I really can't talk right now. I'm busy. What's up?
You called me.
Oh. Okay, bye. Matt, be honest. Am I crashing out?
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Wait, no, B. Don't forget your
Friend
phone.
like that guy or Jacob. He's like the perfect best friend. Went up as Blade for the costume contest, and she got a standing ovation. At the end of the show, Barbara understands that now she has to start a new tradition, and she's okay with that. And then the show ends. Thank you so much to my tens and tens of friends for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Become one of my tens and tens of friends. And don't forget to comment about the questions that I asked, which was, what tradition is your family losing? And have you ever bobbed for apples? I know somebody did because everybody's heard of it. So somebody out there was bobbing for apples. Let me know about it. How was your what was your experience like? I'm not gonna judge you like we don't judge y'all for washing y'all legs. And that was all for this video. Bye, 10.